Coach, today we spoke during Casey. He said you guys were focusing on some end-of-game scenarios. What specifically are you guys hoping to change about the way the team goes about the end of the game?
Well, what we'd like to have is better execution down the stretch. There's a period of time during the games where everything is heightened defensively, and we have to raise our level of play at that moment offensively. The screens have to be better. The passes have to be crisp. The cuts have to be precise. So that's what we're working on today.
Now, is it difficult for some of these guys without Andrea and Linus and Jared? Some of these guys are being forced to play roles that they haven't traditionally been in?
Well, obviously we miss those guys, but the silver lining in it is that it puts those other players in a position to know what it's like to be in that position. And hopefully when we get the other guys back, now we'll have several things that we can do as opposed to just going to one guy.
Coach, how did it feel to get a few days to actually just grind some things out without having to prepare for another game right away?
We haven't had many practice days this year, and to have a couple days where we can really hone in on the things necessary for the team to get better is really a plus. We all know this year is a little bit different than prior years, but I thought our guys, especially today, came out with a pretty good focus. We're able to now put a lens on some of the things and practice those things in order to get better, and I think we made a step forward today.
When you look at this season so far, especially this homestand that you guys had, some very close games where you guys were right there, and you talked about the execution down late in the stretch, but when you talk to this team, do you emphasize the positives of what happened, except for that last stretch of the game, to kind of give them the idea that, hey, we cleaned this up, we're right there?
Well, we are right there, and what we want our guys to know is that as long as you continue to work hard and do things the correct way, you'll put yourself in a position to win games, and that's what we did here of late. We didn't close them, but we got close enough. And in a year like this where you have a young team and you're building, every day is there's something there that you can learn. And so we try to take out the positives, even in close games that emotionally drain you and disappoint you. Still, there's something to be learned in every instance, and we just try to make sure that we learn that.
Coach, we'd love to get your thoughts on Ed Davis's play as of late. We know you spent some time with him today talking. What are your impressions of what the young man's done recently?
Well, Eddie is really showing tremendous growth as a player. He rebounds the ball well. He's now setting screens a little bit tougher for us, and he just has a great feel around the basket. So we think that he could give us some low post play. He's pretty polished down in the low box, give us some inside presence to go along with what the other things that we do on the outside. So we want to make sure that we keep him moving in that direction.
Now that we're almost at the halfway mark of the season, could you just look back on the season and say, how would you describe the experience that Toronto Raptors have been through this far?
The experience for the Raptors to this point, I think, has been good. I think the thing that we haven't done is close games out when we've had an opportunity to do that. Part of that is inexperience. Part of it is the maturation process that needs to take place. And understanding that when the game is on the line, this is when everything, and I mean everything, has to be on point. I think we're getting to that. I think we're evolving into that. And we have had some really good teams that we've knocked on the door of winning the game. A turnover here, a missed shot there, a misassignment here or there has been the difference. But when you look at the total body of work, there has been improvement on the defensive end. Offensively, we're starting to execute better. And now it's just a matter of getting that third and most important ingredient in the equation, which is how you finish games to win it.